Alright, so I believe I've talked about the two different types of builds with Tsukaima, and I think I played this build for a little bit and I really like it. It's actually the brainstorm build that I was talking about. Oh, I just realized that I did not even organize this, but yeah. So yeah, I'll be talking about the brainstorm build today. I like this build a lot. It's crazy because you can, when you're doing it right, or well, when you're lucky enough, really, you're gonna be doing crazy stuff. Like, for example, like I was playing with my friend and basically the first thing is you're gonna have an unlimited hand. Your hand will always be full, almost always. And then the second thing is it's powerful. Late game, it turns into a powerful beatdown deck. Well, at least that's how I've built it. It turns into a beatdown deck at the end. This is not the final build, by the way. I just play with this and I like it, but I don't think this is gonna go anywhere yet. It's I believe I'm gonna be taking out a color. I'll be explaining why later in the video. Well, not in the video, but like I'll explain why when I'm doing it, when I'm talking about the deck. Yeah. But basically, I think it's a really cool deck. It's a totally different playstyle. It's not like a beatdown 9 anymore, at least. Alright, so I got that organized. So we can start. Oh, I totally forgot that I did not do this. I mean, I did not organize this stuff. I forgot about it. And yep. So basically wasting everybody's time. Yeah. Go me. Alright. A lot of the things are really not that much different. Alright. So first, I run 3 copies. It's a great card. Basically when you're under 2 stock, it gains 1 level, so it cannot be suicided into, and then it gains 1000 power. That's great. And you're gonna be under 2 stock a lot of times, even at level 0. I run 4 copies of Tifania and Bath. This card gives you the hand advantage. So every time you brainstorm, you pay 1, tap, you brainstorm 4. If for every climax you hit, you take a card out of your clock zone, so you choose any card in your clock. So you're basically salvaging from a restricted, limited resource pool, but it's still good. And then you can choose up to, and that's another thing about it. You can choose up to the number that you brainstormed, so you don't have to do 2. Even if you hit 2, you can do 1. It's only 1. So you take a card from your hand, and then you take a card on your top of your deck, and then you just put it in the clock. So the damage is the same, but then you're gonna be thinning your deck out. Unless you're gonna be like, hit 3 climaxes, take 3 cards, and then take 3 damage, and then they're all climaxes. Then well, I guess I don't know what to say then. Yeah. Next up, I'm planning to bump this card because I don't have more right now. So yeah, Tsukaima Kizuna Luizu, she's amazing. Tap, brainstorm 4. Every climax hit, put any cost 0 characters. So any level 1s that in this build is cost 0. So and any level 0s. So basically, this is the zombie. The card that makes your deck kind of like a zombie deck is like, yeah, tap, brainstorm, put whatever you want in front. It works especially well with the Suicider, which I'll talk about later. I run 2 copies of this. I haven't really used it too well. But basically what it is a spammable brainstorm. You brainstorm 4, and then for every climax you hit, you can search your deck for the same amount of magic character, and then you discard the same amount from your hand. So it's a hand fix if you hit the climax. So I don't know about this card. I'm iffy about it. I never really seen it work. So yeah. And I only run 2 copies of this. I might bump it up. It's a good card. It's the Suicider, right? So under 2 stock, it's a cost 0 Suicider. So the level 0 Suicider is a cost 0, and you're gonna be brainstorming almost every turn. So you're not gonna have a lot of stocks at all. So this is almost always in effect, and in fact, this brings it back. Yeah, level 1 game, bring it back, crashing on enemies unless they have a 1/1 or something. You're not gonna have field presence with this deck. I run 3 copies of this big sister. I don't think I'm keeping her. I might take it. I'm probably taking out in the revision that I'm going to be making. But yeah, because there really is no point. You're not gonna keep field presence anyways. 2 standard searchers. You know, pay 1, drop, pay 1, discard 1, search, on play. I don't know if I talked about this card before. So it's a 104K. But when this comes into play, you can pay 1, and then you can remove this guy, this card, the 2/2 Saito. So you remove this card. If you when it comes into play, pay 1, remove it, and then it becomes 6K when that card is inside the memory zone. So it's a 106K. Again, working well with the, because it's cost 0, so it works well with the Tsukaima Kizuna. That's why I want like 4 of these. Really good. I still run 3 copies of this card. To be honest, I don't know why I splashed into yellow anymore. The original thought process was that I wanted yellow because there's a yellow brainstorm support, but then I decided it's not worth it, so I took it out. But so yeah, like there's no reason for me to run yellow anymore. I'm just gonna be changing this to blue right now. So yeah, look forward. I don't know, maybe look forward to that. It should be up. It should be figured out soon. All right, so that's my level 1 lineup. Level 2, I only run 2 copies. I want more. I will do more once I change my build. This is the change into the level 3. It's amazing in this build because brainstorming so much means that you're gonna be refreshing your deck so much. But when this card is in your hand, refreshing is no longer you don't take any damage. So when you're under 5 cards in your deck, you play this card. You search for any Tsukaima or no character, which is your whole entire deck. So for example, you don't have a level 3 in your hand, right? Like you don't have this in your hand. You have to have this in your hand when you do this. You take it to your hand, you shuffle your whole waiting room back into your deck for free, so there's no damage taken when you're under 5 cards when you play this card. Alright, so after you do that, in Encore step, after you attack, whatever, you know, it's resting in Encore step, you pay 1, discard 1, and then discard. This is why you discard, because you don't have this in your waiting room anymore, because your waiting room is, you know, shuffled back in, right? Pay 1, discard this, change. It's really simple, very effective. Alright, on to this guy now. Alright, I run 3 copies of this guy, Saito. Anyways, what he does is, when he's on the field, all the void traits, or no trait, void trait, I heard both, void trait characters gain 1500. So when you have 2 at the back, it's global 3K for your whole deck, pretty much. And yeah, the thing is, he is 2/2. You're not supposed to play him. Well, if you really have to, you play him, but then you don't really, because you want to remove him from the play, and I'll explain why later. So I run 2 copies of the event brainstorm, 2 copies of the event counter. I do believe I will be bumping this up. Maybe take this out, or I don't know. I haven't worked out a number. I like this card a lot. So it's experience. When you have 2 brainstorm characters inside your level slot, this card gains 1500. So that's a 2/195. That's beater. And then if you can pull this guy back for the field, that's like, if you have 2 of these at the back, that's what? Plus 3K, that is 12.5. That's really big for 2/1. So yeah, that's the level 2. And here we are, we're moving on to level 3 lineups. Yeah, the other build does not utilize this card that well. This card actually has a climax combo with the World Gate, World Door. That's why actually it's code. So so when this card is on the field, when you play this card, he comes from the remove zone back to any slot on the field. Like, he just comes back, no cost, no nothing, and it's on play. So during climax step, like in the beginning climax phase, you have like maybe 1 of these, and then you play this, and then you just take 1, put it on the field, bam, and then the power boost kicks in right away. So it's a really nice combo. But then if you don't pull it off, it's fine. Well, you want to pull it off eventually, but so, and then these 2, they again when they come and play, they heal. The other effect is experience when you have for each brainstorm in your level zone. So probably something like, preferably something like this. Like for example, these three are all brainstorms, and then you put them in there. For each one, she gains 500. Alright, that's not a big deal. Like that's 11.5 if you have 3 brainstorms in there. That's pretty good, I think. But the craziest thing is with 2 of these at the back, that's 14.5. That's 14k. The 14.5 actually, yeah. That's 14.5. That's huge. That is huge, and it's on both turns. It's like there's not even any restriction. She's just natively 45 when 2 cycles at the back. That's good. That's big as hell. Yeah, and okay, yeah. So then the climaxes, same thing. 8 gates. It doesn't really matter if you trigger the gates or not. You're gonna be brainstorming. You're gonna have unlimited hand size, pretty much. You're gonna be zombieing your enemy every turn. So yeah. So what I'm planning to change with the deck is, I plan to change my deck into take out the yellows, because I don't even know why I run yellows anymore, and and simply just put in blues, because blue have a lot of really good brainstorm supports. So yeah, I don't know. Once I finish the deck off, like once I figure out how the blue, how I'll fit in the blue, I'll make an update video about this brainstorm build, and I'll have to say that I enjoyed this build much more than the other build, because the other build is just too straightforward. It's kind of boring. You just do what you do and then just beat your enemy down. If you don't win within a certain time frame, if they get set up or if they get too far, you're not gonna do anything, because you're 10k on your turn. Maybe 11.5 if you have level support, but that's about it. You're not gonna kill anything. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time.